What's going on to you, Pisces? How you Pisces are doing? You have the Two of Wands. We're going back to the Dragon deck. You have the Lovers, and then you have the Hierophant. So these two cards right here for you, Pisces. I love this deck, by the way. I love this deck of cards. Um, that's a whole other video. You'll read about it when I finish with my book. Yes, I'm writing another book. Probably be my last book for a while. But what's going on with you, Pisces, is that the Two of Wands, the Lovers, and the Hierophant for you represent how. And then you have the Five of Pentacles too. Ooh. So you Pisces may have felt like you could have connected to this person quite easily. But then come to find out, you don't really connect with these people because, or this person in particular, because you found out more about them. The Two of Wands, the Lovers, the Hierophant. It speaks to how like you thought you were a good match with this person. But the Hierophant is about now that you know more about who they are, they're not a good match with you. And so the Five of Wands and the Queen of Wands speaks to how this person is not only not a good match, they're not a good match because how they move with you is not how they first move with you. You thought that they were going to be good to you, and they're not. You know, they very much so bring a lot more things to you that you don't want. You have a lot more weight on your shoulders and a lot more things to think about with this person than without this person. So a lot of you basically stopped talking to them, and you Pisces basically swam away. I'm sorry to hear that. You know, I'm sorry to deliver news like this, but it has to be said. What I saw, what I see is that a lot of you could have, like I said, you thought this person was a good match, and basically they were, I don't know, they were, you know, it's either they were pretending or they changed. You know, people do that for real, right? You'll be in a situation with somebody where they seem to be your match, and then they turn out to be somebody different. You know what I'm saying? They turn into somebody different when they're around you. Drastically different. And so Five of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands, this is what it shows me. You left, you dipped, you booked it out of there, you jet out of there. You ran for the hills as fast as you possibly could from this person that you once thought you knew. And the reason why is because, again, the Lovers, once it is that you Pisces started to get to know them more, you started to realize like they were just pretending, you know, and you Pisces have changed. So it's not like you're unprepared and you don't know what to do, and like you'll stay in a dysfunctional relationship for like longer than you should. No, y'all basically, you did what you could. You booked it out of there. And then what happened is that the Ace of Swords and the Seven of Swords here represents how, and so you did the right thing. This is the confirmation that you did the right thing. The Seven of Swords just represents like, you don't know if you should put like a protection, or maybe you should, you know what I'm saying? Stop dating but the point that I'm trying to make here with that is you're thinking, well, maybe you should stop dating, or like don't love and stuff like this. Some of you may think that, and some of you Pisces, some of you other Pisces may think of it from a perspective of you've seen how this thing works, and you know it's this fence that you're putting around yourself, right? Or this fence that you have. I mean, you don't necessarily need a fence. It's just that you just have to, you Pisces, that's your sweet spot. You got it good right there. You don't need to put a fence. You know, don't go overboard with this. It's not about not being in a relationship. That's not what it's about. It's about being indifferent to where they can't run games on you, right? They can't get to you. Like, for instance, you know how it is that you Pisces were before, I want to say 2023, right? You Pisces know how it is that you were before 2023, right? You Pisces were taking on or internalizing a lot of the dysfunctional stuff that people would do, especially in relationships. They're so close, they're getting us another view of you. So you would take it seriously because you would think there's something that you Pisces are doing that turns off, so to speak, the other person whom you're in a relationship with. And you realized what from experience? You realized that they're full of it, right? Were there some things? Maybe, right? Probably, maybe. But it wasn't to the degree that they were trying to make it seem like, if any at all, right? And so the situation with that is the Three of Cups here represents how a lot of you Pisces, right? This is what I'm talking about, the self-worth. You know that you're a good catch. A lot of you know that you can make a lot of people not just happy, but really be in a good, strong, foundational relationship. You know, something that is real. And the thing is that the Ace of Wands and the Four of Pentacles, but you also understand that people are pretending. You know, people are not what they appear to be or whom they say that they are. You will have people out here who will act like they're good individuals who, I'm telling you, they're not good. they're not good for relationships. They get themselves into relationships with people who are real, like you Pisces, and what happens? They start being dysfunctional immediately after or soon after or a certain amount of time because they were wearing a mask, as I say, right? They were wearing a mask. They didn't want you to actually see who they are once a relationship actually happens. So now you sitting up here thinking to yourself, how did this person switch up so quickly? Well, they switched up because they were wearing a public face. You know what I'm saying? They were wearing a public face. And that public face ended up being a mask. They just took the mask off when they were with you. So now maybe it's far more daunting or tedious or tiring to be in a relationship with these types of people, right? But you know what to do. But you just didn't see it happen until it happened. And truth be told, you can't see it happen until it happens. You know, you Pisces cannot go into a relationship thinking that somebody is going to betray you, because if that's the case, then there's no point in trying to get yourself into a relationship, right? That is a defeatist mindset. And so when you have that kind of mindset, that's not good. What that's going to do is that you're going to be like, well, why be in relationships? Everybody fake. Everybody? You know, if you say everybody or all, that means 100%. That means that nobody is the exception. That's not true, though. And so the situation with that is, like I said, you know, you Pisces know better. You Pisces know what to do. You know better specifically than to stay in a relationship where you can like plainly see this thing is going down. You know what I mean? You know where this thing is going. And so you Pisces, basically you fled, and you're right in doing that. And don't feel survivor's remorse or any of that trash for feeling that. You literally did what you were supposed to do. So let's clarify the Four of Pentacles. You know, this, you're separating yourself from this person, and this person, what I'm seeing, doesn't want to leave as well. You know, they're having some sort of like, I don't know, some sort of disconnect when it comes to them leaving, right? They, to them, they can't figure out why you don't want to be with them anymore. But you Pisces know, and you can see it, and you see how weird it is, right? You Pisces see how weird it is, how they they are abnormal. They're doing abnormal things. They're doing things, whatever it may be, that are not conducive to being in a real relationship. And now that, like I said before, they turned off you Pisces, they're steadily trying to come to you and act like they don't understand what's going on. See, this is this is what I'm talking about. So now you have the King of Cups, Seven of Wands, Judgment, Three of Wands, and then you have the Page of Cups. This is my point, because the Page of Cups and the Seven of Wands here, they act like you Pisces are the ones who is doing something to them. This is what people were talking about when they say these games, right? And how things can end up being like, to a point where you don't understand what's happening, right? It ends up making things weird because you can't make heads or tails, but you Pisces can make heads or tails. You've been over here. You know, you see how abnormal it is. Like, yo, like, you not, like, you Pisces are not bugging. You're watching them wild out though. They are the ones constantly making it seem like you Pisces are doing something, and you know for a fact that you're not. You being nothing but good to them. And they are being weird. They starting arguments and trying to make it seem like you're the one who is starting it. But what do? Maybe they're going with other people. And so the situation with that is the Judgment. This is why you're not with them now. This is why you did. This is why you stopped messing with them in the first place. Maybe you decided to move them out of your apartment. Maybe the two of you have different apartments or different places, and you just don't talk to them, don't come over there. You just don't you don't rock with them at all. It's done. You have smooth left them alone. The Three of Wands, the Page of Cups represents, they're delusional. Like, they're just dysfunctional, because they're gonna maintain this stupid disposition. They're gonna maintain the innocence disposition. They don't understand what you Pisces are talking about. You Pisces are the ones that are losing it. All of this, when throughout the entire reading, it's a confirmation that you can clearly see that these people are not actually being really truthful with you, nor are they actually being truthful with themselves. What they're doing is that they are trying to triangulate you, like I've been talking about. What they want to do to you, Pisces, is get you to and take your joy. Next thing you Pisces know, right? You stay with them. They try to convince you to stay with them. They're dysfunctional with you or to you. And then you don't want to leave because, on the one hand, you're too good, but on the other hand, they can't let you know how good and how sublime you are. Otherwise, you'll leave them alone. They can't have that. So that's pretty much it for now. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. You Pisces did the right thing by leaving them alone. Stay clear of anybody who moves like that, because let me tell you, people, they're representative. People should be their representatives. Don't stay in relationships with people where they're cool with you at first and then they make this drastic switch up. Don't do that, Pisces. Those people are faking and faking it. So now you have the trying to remember. Oh, I remember now. Hit the notification bell, set the notification bell to all, so you can be notified whenever I drop my videos. Yeah, and if you want to come through and get a personal reading from me, the link to that is in the comment section below, called the Linktree link. Peace. Have a good one. Oh, and my video game is almost done. I'm going to release it on the 21st or the 22nd. Have a good one.